I'm going to explain the direct method, and the first technique is borrowing. So, borrowing is the idea of taking the word from their source language and maintaining in the target language. For example, in English, the sentence is, I like to eat jocotes. And in Spanish is, me gusta comer jocotes. The second sentence is, in English, I don't like sushi. And in Spanish, no me gusta el sushi. The second technique is called, and is when an expression from the source text is transferred literally. So these are some examples, and this is the sentence in English, I am eating a burger, and in Spanish, estoy comiendo una hamburguesa. And the second example is in English, I received an email from John. He will send a welcome. And in Spanish is, recibí un correo electrónico de John. Él me enviará una cámara web. The third translation method is literal translation, and is the idea of translating word for word and in a way that doesn't alter the meaning. Is considered unacceptable use of literal translations by two scholars. So the examples are, I like your dress. Y en español es, me gusta tu vestido. The next sentence in English is, the girl is sick. And in Spanish is, la niña está enferma.
Good afternoon. I am going to explain the oblique translation method, which is a free translation. And the first technique is transposition, which operates at the grammatical level, and it consists of the replacement of a word class by another word class without changing the meaning. Here we have two examples. The first example says, I'm sure Paul will be here late. And when we translate, it says, estoy seguro que Paul tardará en llegar. In the sentence in English, we have an adverb, late, and in the sentence in Spanish, we change it into a verb. The second sentence says, he learns quickly. In Spanish, it says, es veloz para aprender. Here we have an adverb, and in Spanish, we have an adjective. The second technique is modulation. It consists of using a phrase that is different in the source and in the target language to convey the same idea. Here we have some examples. In English, here and there. In Spanish, por todas partes. In English, peace of mind, and in Spanish, tranquilidad espiritual. The third technique is equivalence. It is used to render expressions using different stylistic and structural methods. Here we have some examples. We have a piece of cake that in Spanish says, es pan comido, and the other one is to cross the line. In Spanish says, pasarse de la raya. What it really means, cuando algo es realmente fácil. We said it's a piece of cake. And to cross the line, what it really means es cuando alguien hace algo que no es tolerado por los demás. The last technique is adaptation. It is used when the limit to translation is being reached. Here we have some examples. The sound of music, in Spanish it says sonrisas y lágrimas, and the other one says bad boys, in Spanish says dos policías rebeldes. Here, the first example, we use this technique to translate titles of books or some titles of movie or characters. The first one is a title of book and the second one is a title of movie.